Happy Friday, guys. It's Nikki. Today we're going to work on binding the Grungy Rose journal, and then we're going to get into some decorating. Right here, I'm just using a template that I made, and it's just going to be 2 signatures. So I'm just punching the holes. Makes it a little bit easier than trying to use the needle and punch it through. This kit is from Betty's Custom Designs. There will be a link in my description box below. The particular set that I'm using is the Grungy Rose kit. She also has an add-on kit that has ephemera. She has playing cards and tickets, I believe. The link in the description box will be to the Grungy Rose items. You can click on all and see everything that she has. Alright, I do not have an awl. I did order myself one, but I just use a chunky needle and just make me a little, a little more hole instead of a slit that my X-Acto knife makes. And I'm just using, I guess this is embroidery thread. I have lots from, kits over the years, and so I've had this for a long time. Now here I'm just measuring 3 lengths of the book. So 1, 2, 3, and snip it off. And that gives you just about enough to hang off, so you can put a charm or something on it. Alright, then we're going to thread our needle, and then we'll work on getting the signatures ready. Okay, same thing here. Just use my template. I don't know if you can see it. There is a T at the top of that template, just so that I know which way is the top, because I'll use this template for both signatures. And then just take my X-Acto knife and punch a hole. There's about 7 or 8 pages there, and then some of the pink pages are cardstock, and I think one of them are construction paper, so they're a little bit thicker. The center of this page is just a adult coloring page that I got from, I want to say Dollar General maybe, and it's like a horizontal coloring book instead of a vertical coloring book. So I actually trimmed quite a bit off of this, so it's about 12 inches tall or so. Alright, here I'm just trying to decide which one I want to do in the front and which one we'll do on the back. And I prefer to do the back one first, just because it's easier. It's not in the way as much. We do the back one first and then do the front. Alright, now we're going to go out through the center and then back in through the top. And sometimes this is easy, sometimes it wants to be a pain. Now, I should have put clips on this just so that the pages don't move around, but I just stuck my thumb down in the valley of that to help line the holes back up. So this one wasn't too bad. Generally speaking, the bottom one is the one that likes to be a pain. Just because, you know, you've moved it around so much by the time you get to the bottom. Now this, you've got to go back through the middle again. So I pull this string up so that when I push the needle back through, it doesn't split that string. And then I created a little bit of a knot there, so I just had to pull it back out. And then in through the bottom. Now I rest this needle, I've got my needle rested on the book page just so I can apply a little bit of pressure while I find that hole. Alright, I goobered this up a little bit and had to do it twice. But generally you just slide it through that first loop that you made and then pull your string out, snug it all up and tie a knot. I didn't pull that second string through that middle hole the second time I went through there, so it was still kind of wrapped all around. But once I got it all pulled back loose, it was fine. And you can see here I pulled it apart so I could snug it up a little bit. There we go. And then tuck it back through that first loop and tie a knot. And then the same for the second signature. And then on to decorating. Okay, if you watch the ephemera video, I put some of these pockets together on that video. I did do some gluing off screen to just, you know, attach the pockets together. But here's just some couple things that I didn't do until after the journal was bound. These little square sheets of paper I just got from Wish, I believe. And they're about, I want to say they're 6 by 6. And they're white on one side. They just had pink roses on them. So I figured they would work good for this journal. And I just glued it straight onto that tab. It's the tab for a pink envelope that's in there. Alright, this paper hangs off a little bit, so I decided to just fold it back and glue it down to make a little tuck spot. And I'm just using my glue water mix. There we go. Put a little paper behind it so if it squishes out, it don't get on my other page. Give her a little smush. And on to the next. Now these pockets come with the add-on kit. I just did a little bit of decoration on the front of them. Alright, let's find a good spot for the next one. Again, I tried to fast forward through most of the gluing part. It just takes up time. This was going to be an 1.5 hour video if we'd watched all the glue. These are pre-made, not pre-made, but a pocket and a tag that come with the kit. And a little glue on this one. Hold it down for a second. Alright, this envelope come in the kit also. So I decided to just glue the top down to make it a little hidden tuck spot. A little measuring here. Just want to make sure it wasn't too low. Now I do add a piece of washi tape to this just to make sure that that envelope doesn't lift later. I believe I did it off camera though, so you won't see it. I also did some stamping off camera. Some rose stamping. You'll see that in the flip through that will be posted tomorrow. If you're watching this on Friday, it'll be posted on Saturday. Alright, I'm just filling up some pockets. There's the other side of the envelope. Here's the nameplate in the front cover of the journal. I just took another one of those 6x6 sheets and I ripped it down, a couple book pages, and ripped it down and just glued it all down. It just says this book belongs to, so. This is like an aqua or teal page, and it's very pretty. I'm thinking about doing an all teal journal. You guys let me know if you think that would be a good idea. Okay, these two pockets are also some of Betty's digitals, but they're from the Hopes folio kit, and I had 2 left over from where I made that folio, so I just used them here. I had this large tag, so I figured this junk mail envelope would be perfect, And I actually recorded this, but I was too far down for the entire segment, so I just had to cut it out. Alright, now we're just going to add some lace to a couple of pages. I've got white, blue, and green. And that's it for today. Stay tuned for the flip through.